Hey everyone, this is Chef. Welcome back to Uma. Before we get into what we're going to work on today, which is our Nishino flower pastry build and a review of how our Seeking the Pearl parent run went, I want to talk about acceleration. So these are our CM runners that we have so far. We go in here and we filter on Handshake, and we look at Grass Wonder. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 acceleration skills, because I don't think we saw Nimble Nav. So this is, I believe, 0.4. I believe Lightning Surge is also 0.4. And then Let's Bump Some Iron is 0.2 maybe, but fairly conditional. And Budding Blossom I think is also 0.2, but conditional. Somewhere around there. But the point is that we can actually count up the total number of acceleration skills that we have. And when we're thinking about acceleration, more acceleration is good, but I'm starting to wonder if there's a point of diminishing returns. So I'm going to show you some of the calculations that I've been running in the new Umalator, which I'm pretty sure is Mumukau's Umalator. I'll put a link to it in the video description, but it seems to be the most updated one currently, so it's probably going to be the one that I transitioned to using. So let me walk you through the setup that I have here. I've put in Nishino Flower because we're going to be working on Nishino today, and I've given her a stat line that I think would be fairly normal for a CM runner. I actually maybe want to shoot for like 1500 speed, but honestly, the speed doesn't matter that much. What we're interested in is the comparison. Because over here on Uma 2, we just have one of the random NPC runners. We'll also give them 1500, so it matches. But the point is that these two runners are exactly the same, except that Nishino has Budding Blossom. And so if we randomize our seed and we go ahead and run this one time, we can get the median difference that we expect between Nishino and a random runner that has Nishino stats but isn't Nishino on the CM track. And it's about 4.15 lengths. So because these runners are exactly the same, except for Nishino having Budding Blossom, we can say that Budding Blossom contributes 4.15 lengths to Nishino's eventual margin of victory. And then what we can do from here is we can start adding in more excels. So let's add Neck and Neck, because that's probably the next best premium acceleration skill for a pace chaser, and pay attention to what happens to our median distance. We go from 4.15 to 4.54. So we get about 0.4 lengths increase in average margin of victory. Then let's add in another acceleration skill. Let's add in, like, No Stopping Me, which is probably the next best acceleration skill that I can think of. We run it again. We go from 4.5, but now only to 4.6. And part of that is because No Stopping Me is a less consistent acceleration skill. But the other part of it is that every time we add an acceleration skill to our build, we're narrowing the window where an acceleration skill is actually good. The more acceleration we have, the faster we go from current velocity at the start of late race to max velocity into our last spurt. And so if we add another excel, let's add like Determined Descent this time. I don't think it's even possible to get Determined Descent on a runner right now. Maybe it's on a support card that I can't think of. But the point is that even as we keep adding these in, we continue to get diminishing returns on them because the range where they're useful is becoming smaller and smaller. So the point that I'm trying to make is that I think I've been overestimating the value of acceleration skills in Libra. I think acceleration skills are good, but I think I've been buying too many of them. And so when we think about the deck that we've been using for Nishino, for instance, where we've been using 2 speed, 2 wit, Daiwa Scarlet Power, and Light Hello, I'm starting to think that I might not want to use a power card for Nishino, and I probably don't want to use a power card for Air Groove either when we go back to rebuild Air Groove. Like, I don't think I'm really going to be touching the Grass Wonder that we put together. I think this Grass Wonder is totally fine. There's really nothing that I would like to change except for getting Mile S or Turf S. But as far as what we're building in the future, I think I'd rather just emphasize good, consistent mid-race velocity skills that I can get off of speed cards and run either 3 speed 2 wit Light Hello or 2-speed 3 wit light hello, and just try and pick up maybe white versions of acceleration skills so that I can aim for something around like 0.6 to 0.8. I think that's a comfortable kind of target to aim for, where we have enough accelerations that we can speed up in late race, but not so many that we're just wasting skill points on stuff that's going to give us marginal gain relative to stacking mid-race velocity, which doesn't really have diminishing returns in the same way that acceleration does. So we'll get into talking about what that deck is actually going to look like, but first we're going to check on how our Seeking the Pearl independent training has gone. We don't really have a specific plan for this Seeking the Pearl, except it would be nice to have a Seeking the Pearl parent in the event that we want a generic unique to inherit. So as far as like what kind of distance we're looking for and all that other kind of stuff, I'm going to stick to what she can do, which is sprint mile. But as far as like front runner, pace chaser, late surger, etc., by the time there's 200 meters left in the race, everybody should be at the front. So I'm going to buy stuff that's relatively style agnostic here. We can pick up head on, PTO's fine, Umastan's good, pace savvy, tweak is, I was going to say team trials bait, but it's not even team trials bait, it's just bad. We can go medium straights, because even if we hit mile, we might still end up using her on a medium runner. Acceleration's also team trials bait, we might come back to that later. Shocking flash is good, hazard pace is fine, updrafters is fine, outer swell, concentration, straight adept, left-handed's a nice pickup, firm conditions is a nice pickup, and then we can spend on some luxury stuff. So we could go back here and we could pick up acceleration. I'd probably, well, no, straightaway acceleration is more generic, isn't it? Yeah, get rid of acceleration. I think it's fine, it's just not good. And then we can go straightaway acceleration. And I guess we can go, I'd like to go double left, but I can't afford double left, so we'll go double firm instead. Did I skip anything down here that I might want instead? No, that's everything. Hey, that seems like a perfect skill point budget. We've bought basically everything we wanted. And then let's see how we do on sparks. It is SS, but we expect the deck to do that at this point. 1 guts, 3 turf. Late, sprint, pace, generic. We're definitely going to reroll. The blues and pinks are not what we're looking for, and there's no Umastand, so we wouldn't try and loop it. And then 2 stamp, 3 turf, but no white sparks. Alright, we're not going to use either of those. And it doesn't really matter which one we choose. But I do like this deck conceptually, and I do think that Seeking the Pearl would make for an interesting generic parent in the same vein as like a special week kind of deal. Except that she trends more towards Prince and Miles, whereas Special Week trends more towards giving us medium and long pink sparks. So we'll keep working on that. That'll probably be our independent training run for the next couple days. And I do have to go a little early today, so I might not actually be able to set up the independent training on camera. But as far as what we do work on today, let's go and set up a Nishino flower deck. We're going to try a slightly different approach this time. Who did I use for my parents for you last run? I know I used R. Ryan. And the reason that I'm using R. Ryan, even though we just went on a big spiel about how we can't overbuy... Oh, we used our special week and then we borrowed Ryan. So, I guess it's worth mentioning as well, since we just talked a while about acceleration. Acceleration skills still have positioning requirements. And remember that we're running this base Nishino, right? If we come back to this overlay and we get rid of all the rest of this stuff and we just do a Budding Blossom run and we're like, wow, Budding Blossom's worth 4.15 lengths. That's only true if Nishino is in 3rd or 4th on the final corner in late race and challenged somebody. If that's not true, then they're basically the same runner and we don't get any lengths at all. So we do need to think about, if Nishino's not in 3rd or 4th going into late race, where are her accelerations coming from? And that was my thinking behind including Daiwa Scarlet, because this is an acceleration that works anywhere from 1st through, I believe, 4th. Possibly 5th, but I think 4th. And it's also our same logic in including Ryan, because Ryan is an acceleration that works from 6th in the event that we run into a pace-heavy lobby and we don't have good mid-race velocity. I also can't really think of like a good Pace Chaser unique that I would want to use on Nishino outside of Nishino's own unique. Like Taiki's doesn't really work, El Condor Pasaz doesn't really work. Special Weeks is fine, but we can do Special Week on our end. So I think for this particular case, it's fine to use Orion as a guest Bara, just so we have sort of like a safety valve acceleration skill, so to speak. So let's go get our S plus Special Week, because I do think that Shooting Star is fine, and also that parent is fine. So we'll grab Shooting Star. Do not remember which one it was, but I'm pretty sure it was the Mile parent. 2 guts, 3 mile, mile corners, prepared to pass, hydrate. Yeah, that all looks pretty correct, and it's quite a bit of stamina too. And then, for our guest borrow, we're looking for Pump. And then I think it was S plus. I know it had an Ogre deeper in the chain, so it's not that one. It's not that one. That has Nishino in the chain. I guess it was an SS Ryan. It was this one. I remember Festival Gold City and Ogre. Crucify Aiders, and we also get our stamina up. So we run with that setup, and then as far as deck goes, if we're not going to be borrowing a power card, Nishino does have 0% wit growth, but at the same time, I think it's less important that we get wit to 1300 than we get speed to like 1600. So I'm going to look for a speed card, and I have an idea of what I'm looking for, but I'm not sure if anybody on my friends list has it. It is Taiki Mile to get Mile Maven. So I'll give it a... Oh, I do have one. Regulus has one. Beautiful. So Mile Taiki, first of all, has hint levels 4, which means that when she gives us a hint for any of these skills, she gives us all of the hints. So we hit Productive Plan once, we get 5 hints for Productive Plan, we're done. And then as far as career events go, we're also getting Mile Maven, which even though it says widen the margin when positioned towards the front, is not a skill where you have to be in the lead. I believe you have to be in like top 50%. You can go check Uma.guide instead of speculating on that one though. We'll pop over to skills, we'll turn on dark mode so I don't flashbang you. Mile Maven. Yeah, anywhere from 1st through 5th. So it should be fairly likely that that happens for us as a pace chaser. And then the fact that it's in late early race just means it's going to make it easier to secure our positioning going into mid race so that we can hopefully maintain that position all the way into late race and hit our excels. So we will use, that's the wrong overlay, there we go. We will use Taiki as our borrow here. And this is a stack of speed cards to be running on a trainee that already has 3 speed. I recognize that. But there was a comment a couple days ago, and I don't remember who it was from, so I apologize that I can't shout you out directly, who was talking about the idea of doing safe runs first. And given the way that I'm now rethinking my approach to acceleration for this CM, I think running 3 speed is probably a pretty good bet for what a quote-unquote safe run should look like. And if we were going to try and high roll, honestly, we might want to think about something like this. We might want to think about, like, groundwork off of Bokshin as our strategy for trying to high roll an even better run. Because we don't need a stamina card in this deck, and I really don't think I need a 3rd wit card in between CB and Fine Motion, unless I wanted to chase, like... Well, actually, what we could do is we could do Teo Wit, because this would be our opportunity to get our hands on Curvature. But we can play around with that when we figure out if we need to high roll this run. I think this, at a minimum, will give us something that is good to start with. We only have a way to get head-on out of this deck from performance point lessons, so we should probably keep that in mind. But we can get Nimble Nav off of Fine Motion, and we can also get Determined Descent off of Pace Chaser lessons as well. So I think if we see any lessons in the shop that give us hints for Pace Chaser skills, we may want to try and buy them, so that we can try and manifest head-on and determined descent into reality. Or whatever the white version of determined descent is. Straight descent? Something like that. So let's see how we're looking. Taiki hint off the rip. That's pretty good. As long as we don't get stats. Yeah, 5 hints per mile straights. Done. Energy 10. Beautiful. CB hint, I think, is also fine. Acceleration, probably not something we want to gamble on here, even though technically it can work. We're also full on energy here, so just give me firm conditions. A little bit of extra power for us. Everything 1 except for speed. So let's work on friendships there, get a few levels into our speed facility. Fine motion hints have extraordinary value. And I think I would probably try and chase them to the ends of the earth if I could. Right-handed's beautiful. It's a good opportunity to work on director friendship this early. I can still train next turn. But I'd still really like to see Light Hello show up on like a wit training. We'll see if we could be so lucky. 1% fail on a power training, but it's a pretty good power training. I'll take it and then we'll just rest. So there's our free mood up from Light Hello. Taiki 1. Unless the wit training is good, this is probably a rest turn. Hey, the wit training is not bad. Better than the shop. Energy for CO. No. We're gonna cap speed this run, no question. So there's no way I'm buying speed unless I absolutely have to. Let's go Guts 5, and then we can go Friendship Training Effectiveness. We could also get the other Friendship Training Effectiveness, but I don't think I have to make that decision now. I'm also fine trying to build Tachyon's friendship here. We still have events that we could hit for energy recovery. I think CB hint is totally fine. The rest of these trainings are not really anything to write home about. Strategist, not useful for us. Slow Metabolism's perfect, so now I can take any training I want. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. Don't hate the stamina training, honestly. It works on my wit cards, and it also builds director friendship, and I can train next turn. I don't necessarily need PA, but we were at 10 PA, so it's fine to have it. Energy 10, wit 10? Sure. Taiki hint? Sure. I don't necessarily want to be training power this much, but it's alright. That's productive plan done. Stam 10, speed 10. We're gonna cap speed, so that choice is really speed 5, stam 10. And in that case, I'll take the one with more stats. Take a wit training to manage energy and work on director friendship. And if I could please get like... Well, this is energy and... We need energy and mood. Pace traits at level 3 would be really nice, but I need the energy and mood. If I could get like some DAVI, that would be sick. But the trainings like really don't want to show up. CB's also at gold, which is kind of fun. Energy 10. We're at debut. I don't love that we're at debut and I haven't bought a song yet. But our friendship growth is really good right now. So I don't think I'm going to worry too much about it. That's not ideal, but we can work with it. I think our friendship trainings have been good enough. That's not like a run ender. Okay, we're definitely just going to work with it. We can recover from a lost debut. It's not that bad. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, and this gives the eye. Let's work on that speed facility level. Definitely would want 20 PA right now, because we're all right on energy. Light Hello speed training. I really want to get levels into that facility, so let's take it. And you could give me the DI that I need. Or the DA that I need. I think I needed 20. We'll see. No, I need 2 more. That's 2 more, and it's also Pace Chaser hits. Oh, but that's a good hit. Can I buy the first song? Yeah, just get the first song. That works. And now we can spend some stuff. So let's go Stam 5, because I really want to make sure I'm getting stamina high here. No, you should spend CO. You have so much more CO than anything else. Wit gain +1, spec prio +5, looks really good right now. Stam 5 probably looks pretty good right now. Guts 5 is looking okay. Skill hint for Mile? We want to target this. No, not Mile. We want Pace Chaser hints. Never mind. If that was a Pace Chaser hint, I'd snap it up in an instant. But let's take Wit 5 instead. And then Friendship Training, Effectiveness +5, and Speed. Looking for DAVI. But this is the Wit Training that we take here. It puts CB to gold. It almost puts Taiki to gold. That's also just another Wit Training. Yeah, that's absolutely another Wit Training. I could use a dead turn here soon so that I can go and run my debut if possible. Tachyon hit that puts Taiki to gold? And it's not going to be this turn. It's also Director Friendship. Uptempo's medium, so that's not super useful to us. This might be the dead turn. This is the dead turn. Okay, we go win a debut now. Thank God. There's something we can run. I would be shocked if there was a turn that did not have a Turf Mile or a Turf Sprint. Okay. So now we're mostly back on the roads. We can absolutely buy one more song, and depending on how well our rainbow trainings go, it's a great time to win an energy gamble. We could buy 2 songs. I think we can go Wit 10, skill points 15 here. We're going to get a lot of power out of speed training. Speaking of, please don't fail. That's huge. And then we're probably going into a light hello recreation from here, because we're not really going to have the energy to do anything else. CB1, Friendship Training +5. We can get to one more song from here. We're at 4 now. I think we can push to 5, no problem. So let's go Stam 5. Let's go Wit 5, because I have a lot of CO. If we bought this PA, we couldn't buy another PA lesson. I'm just trying to keep options open. Now we have to, because I don't need a sprint hint. Wit 5 is fine. It spends CO. Support chain, support chain, support chain, but speed is probably the biggest thing to look for here. It's DAVI. This is VOCO. I think we can just let our trainings dictate which of those we take. That's an okay speed training, but it's not worth the gamble. That Wit training is not worth the fact that we still can't train next turn, so we'll just light hello 1 here. That's pretty good. I'll probably be taking that if it's up to me. Let's work on... That could have been a triple rainbow with Sweep Toe Show Friendship, but it's still pretty early to have 3 support cards online. That's also Sweep Toe Show Friendship. I think I probably just click it again. And then I need to take a Wit training on late December specifically, because we're not going to have the energy to do anything else. So we could go power gain +1 from here, but I think speed gain is going to be better. No, you're at 420 speed and only 258 power. It's only going to be a difference of like 20 to 25 stats at the end of the run anyway. So just buy the thing. And then depending on how good our Rainbow Wit training is late December, we may try and push to Song 6. I don't think we'll be able to buy Song 6, but we may try and get to it. Really good junior year so far, though. Okay. Not a good Wit training, and I don't think there's really a point gambling on any of these. So, if we're not going to do that, if we go CO, we can't buy in it. Well, we can, if we line up our lessons ideally, we could go 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 lessons. And we're at 5 songs. So I don't think we have many lessons to buy to go to 6, but if we buy CO or VI, that shuts off an entire stream of lessons. I think it's worth trying to high roll here for us, though. So let's go Guts 5, and we'll just hope we see DA, PA, VO lessons. Like, this is fine, even though it's speed, because we can still buy more DA lessons. This is fine, even though it's speed, because it means we can still buy more DA lessons. And then, I guess I would go Power 5, because now it doesn't matter if I buy a DA lesson, I don't have enough. And then we get 2 Power plus 22, but it's fine that we can't buy it. And then we Recreate with Light Hello. And that's our best way to fix mood, recapture energy. From here, I think I actually take 20 energy out of Nishino Flower's New Year's event. And then I take the hint for Pace Chaser Savvy out of Light Hello's New Year's event. Because I'm not going to need both energies. Okay. Okay, sure. So let's go energy plus 20. And then we go Pace Chaser Savvy plus 1. Concert bonus is updated. Time to finish the rest of our friendships. This is just a really efficient power training. Like, yeah, the wit training works on fine motion and saves energy, but this power training has a lot of support stacked on it. It's quite a bit of stats we're getting out of that. It's not going to be enough to put Sweep Tosho to gold, but one more event will. And then we're also pretty good on our energy budget here, so I can afford to spend 5 to get more Director Friendship. Single rainbow, but this puts Sweep Tosho to gold, and Light Hello makes it cheaper, and if we hit Light Hello's post-training event, we get the VI that we need, or the VO that we need. I guess I would take PA, because we're going to get a lot of CO out of wit trainings. And then this is the VO that we need. It's too bad Light Hello's not here anymore, but... Where were these speed trainings last run? And before you say last run was only 2 speed cards, it's like there's some other stuff going on right now. This is not the difference between 2 speed cards and 3 speed cards. 2 skill hints for Mile for CO. It's not horrible, but I might try and chase 30 energy for 30 VO, honestly. This also might be a Light Hello Recreation again. This is the big one. So we're going to refill our energy off of this, but it's kind of a dead turn, so that's fine. We go speed skill points. Grass Wonder already has Lone Wolf, so we don't need another ace with Lone Wolf on her. This is potentially Slipstream and also gets fine motion closer to gold. It also gives us VO, which we were short on. After School Stroll is not useful. Maybe. We do get 30% extra stats out of this, because Nishino's 15% speed, 15% power. And we do just have a lot of supports here. And it gets fine motion to gold. I can justify that, and I'd love to take a big non-wit rainbow training next turn that gives VO, because then I can just buy the VO energy recovery out of the shop. This is also our first chance to get Mile S or Turf S. There's Mile S. And Slipstream. And Racing Spirit Stamina. 4 hints for Straightaway Adept. Standard Distance hint, too. That's a really good inspiration, despite the fact that it's silver. Just goes to show that color does not mean all that much. We'll go do the Oka show. We're a little light on stand, but we should be alright. Yeah, we're chilling. So if we see groundwork off of a random Smart Falcon or a Bokshin event, we're kind of pogged up about that, because we've got right-handed, pace savvy, and standard distance right now. We have all of our groundwork triggers done. This is also a VO training that has Light Hello there, but this is a double rainbow speed training. That also gives VO. I'm a little worried about our wit long-term in this run, but this is just so much better of a training. We'll find opportunities to click wit later. Stand 5. We're going to find opportunities to click wit this turn. Take that speed training again, but this is exactly why we left this 30 energy lesson in the shop for so long. Now we need to dig to the skill point gain song, because we don't have that yet. Let's aim for VI if we can. You give VI. That's perfect. By motion 1. Speed gain plus 2. I need to spend DA over anything else, because we have 120 of it. Stam Wit, we also have a lot of PACO, so we can do that. Speed 8 for DA. It's going to cap, but I'm going to buy it anyway. Support chain, guts gain plus 2, spec priority, and everything costs VA. But this costs DA, and I have a million DA, so we're probably going to aim for that anyway. I'm liking the look of probably scripted loss. A big like rainbow speed training into a light hello recreation for early June, late June. But we'll see if we can manifest that. No, I think I'll be clicking Wit instead, and then I'll just be training late June. Ideally, we hit VI here. And in fact, I don't remember if this is our 3rd song for the season. Power 15 in mile corners versus Power 10 and the event chain? Yeah, I'm gonna take Speed 10, thanks. I'd much rather have Mile Maven. And then here's our VI training. Okay. And it's a light hello training, so it's cheaper. I don't think we're going to be able to dig much further, but let's do a little math. So guts gain plus 2, spec prio plus 5. It shuts off our VA. So if there's any lesson that costs VA, we cannot buy it. And then we have 16, 32, 48. So we can do 3, 5, 6, 9 in an ideal world, but I really don't like how low VO and VI are. And we're at 8 songs learned, we're at max hype. I'm gonna let it ride. I think it would be really easy for us to buy like 2 lessons and then flame out because we spent all of our VA and VI. The VO and VI? The pink one and the yellow. First rainbow. Wit training is good. But now we need to dig for that skill point song. So let's go... We still have a ton of DA, so let's go gut skill points. Try and spend some of that down. Skill hint for Pace Chaser. Tactical tweak, whatever. Spec prio plus 5 is looking pretty good. Especially because the other 2 are support chain event frequency. Stamp 8 is looking pretty good, but at the same time, I have more CO, so I should probably spend it. I have more DA, so I should probably spend it, even though it's speed. Support chain, support chain, support chain. I guess we would take speed in that case. As the most useful stat gain. And then we can go power wit, and I really need to try and spend CO here, or just get back to training. Ooh, that's a nice one to keep in my pocket. Single rainbow wit, cheap single rainbow speed that gives a ton of performance points. Sign me up. Plus 20 VO. No rainbow training, but a tachyon hint could still be useful, and we can buy energy to fix that. So we can still train next turn if it's not a rainbow training on wit, which we could take regardless. We'll go power 10. It is a rainbow training on wit, although it's also a fine motion hint. CB hints are also good. This could be tail hill high or homestretch haste. I'd be fine seeing either of those, but I am still probably just going to buy the 30 energy for safety. And then here's skill point gain plus 2, but we also have skill point gain plus 3 out there somewhere, so we need to keep looking for it. Speed 8, when we have 47 DA, is probably a pretty good buy. We can go Stam Wit. split the difference on our points. We can probably start going Power 8 at this point because we've brought our DA back down. Skill hint for Late Surger's not useful. Just show me the next lesson, please. And there's skill point gain +3. Exactly what I was trying to dig to. So now I can go VIVO and chase down a fine motion hint, or I can go COVO and chase down a CB hint, but this gives us more relevant currencies. So let's go with that. It also just saves our energy, and also our speed's like 900 right now, so it's probably going to cap anyway. Okay, that's really good. Take that. I don't even need the slipstream hints, we got it from inspiration. Trick front? Probably not. Mood to good? That's fine. This is why Games invented Light Hello. Sure. Spectre stakes done. If you hear a helicopter flying overhead, it's because it's finally nice here again, so I can open the windows when I'm recording. What a power training! Fall runner, please, Fine Mo. Oh, baby! Mile Maven me? Double rainbow wit versus single rainbow speed. Even though it's a Taiki hint, just preserve the energy at this point, because our speed's going to be 1,000 coming out of Classic. And then I still need CO, man. Oh, there it is. There's the CO that we need. I think we could buy one more song from this point, honestly. There's an extra 20 CO. I don't need Charming at this point, so let's go 40 skill points, because I'm actively looking to try and take a Light Hello Recreation to fix mood here. It's taken a long time for our skill point gain songs to come online, but it's not that bad. We have both of them before the end of Classic Year, so I'm not going to be too upset about it. And I am digging to one more song. I also need to stop spending my DA and VI, because we're looking for the 10% friendship bonus songs in senior year, so we want to try and stay away from those currencies now. Except that a Pace Chaser hint could be Straight Descent. So we'll make an exception there. Power skill point seems fine. Support chain spec priority. We probably want to try and aim for you if we can. We're 12 songs right now, so I don't have to buy it. We could leave it in the bin. Similarly, this speed training is like fine, but it doesn't give me VO or CO. So I'm a little tempted to Light Hello Recreate now to fix mood, and then I can train, and get energy back in senior year. Assuming I see 2, like, speed trainings and not wit trainings. That gives us the VO that we want. And then I just need a decent CO training. It's not quite decent enough, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're going to leave the song in the hopper, and it's going to allow us to get to... Got another medium hint. It's going to allow us to get to the 10% friendship gain songs faster. We got to max hype already, so it's fine. Everything going very well so far. Biggest thing we can do from this point is just get the twin 10% friendship bonus songs online early, and then successfully finish the rest of our event chains. Like, let's get Speedstar out of... I can go skill points here, honestly. Let's get Speedstar out of Fine Motion. Let's get Unstoppable out of Tachyon. Hour bonus +2. This spends PA. That's good for us right now. Support chain, friendship training effectiveness, but it stays away from my DA and VI. Fine motion hint. We're still looking for nimble nav. Taiki hint. Taiki hint's actually pretty good right now, probably. We could still get shifting gears. Let's go for that. And then it also pads our stamina a bit. Wet condition's not useful, but crosses that off. Failing raffle, also not great. Single rainbow with light hello that gives us CO, and then she could give us VO. Versus single rainbow wit training that gives us CO, but not enough to buy the song. We'll go speed training here. No light hello, but that's fine. Budding Blossom to 2. Single rainbow speed. Random wit training that gives a tachyon hint. A guts training that has people at it. I think this is probably light hello 5, just to fix our mood. So we don't have any more light hello recreations left, but at the same time, we don't have to worry about chasing down suboptimal light hello recreations. We'll get another 8 energy out of that. There's the VO that we need. It's not exactly an inspiring wit training, but it's fine. Another 5% friendship training effectiveness online. Stam 12. Stam 12. Friendship training plus 5, friendship training plus 5. So either of these would be fine. I need definitely PA, and then either VO or CO. Well, that gives us VO. It's also all relevant hints. I don't care who it is. Well, okay, I care a little who it is, I guess. Tachyon 2. Go do the Takamatsu no Maya. I think we're probably only going to be able to get one friendship bonus song at this rate. Unless we see some truly bonkers wit trainings. But we'll see. Never count yourself out. You could hit light hello like 3 times in a row. And then this is our chance to get Turf S. I think we got Mile S already. We got one of them, but we're still looking for the other. More racing Stam. Pretty sure Full Throttle's late. Competitive Spirit might be an interesting idea. I think there's probably going to be enough Pace Chasers that it'll work every once in a while. This is 34 PA, and that's only 15 PA, so I think we'll be taking that. Friendship training plus 5. We should be able to go for one more from here. And also, I have a ton of DA and VI, so let's spend a little bit of the DA down. Chasing PA now? DA PA is perfect, because I have a ton of DA, and I also wouldn't mind the stamina. We got Mile S, okay. So we have Mile S, but no Turf S. Focus is an interesting idea, but I don't think I'm going to need it. Single rainbow tachyon hint versus a wit training that manages energy that still gives me the PA that I want. Let's go wit. We'll go speed Stam. Friendship training plus 10. I need 10 more VI. Find it. Find me pictures of Spider-Man. I don't think I need to take, like, bad Stam trainings in an effort to get Light Hello to give me the currency that I want. She also didn't give me VI here anyway, so let's just manage energy on wit. Need VI in late June, specifically. We might have to take a suboptimal training to get it. Okay. Never mind. Looks like we could just take a totally fine training to get it. It would be nice getting a Taiki hint, but I actually want to keep my power going up at this point. If I only hit like 900 wit, I think that's fine. But I'd really like to be closer to like 1100 power. So friendship plus 10. I don't think there's any point to digging, because if we see VO or VI, we just flame out immediately. Like, we can't even buy the 24 VO or VI lessons right now. You aren't max hype though, right? Yeah. And you're at 16 songs, we're definitely going to get the good version of the concert. I don't think we're going to have a 23 song run at this point. But we'll be able to get the good concert. I would also love to see more Pace Chaser hints as lessons, because I'm still trying to fish for Determined Descent and head on. No Rainbow's not a great way to start summer, but I guess I could just take a wit training that has Light Hello there. Actually, this is a meaningful amount of power for you. Can you find an energy in the shop? Let's go Stam 12. Skill hint for Pace Chaser, thank you for listening. Shrewd Step? Not exactly. Here's the second friendship training song, I need VI. I mean, this means I can't train next turn. So, as good as 35 power would be, I think I just need to be safe. There we go. And that's the VI that we need. Now I need to take a wit training anyway. But at least we've got this online for the finals. Another Stam 12 seems fine. Skill points 12 for DA. We're going to get so much DA from speed training that I think I can just spend on it, honestly. More friendship training for DA VI. We need to take the wit training to manage energy. It doesn't matter what the speed training is. We always had to click that. And then this is DA VI on a 12% to fail. It's a gut check training, but I think we're not up for it. That would have been nice to hit. It's okay, though. We're still good. We're still chilling. Let's actually manage our energy this time. Okay. Stam 20 versus Guts 20? Yeah, Stam 20 me. Let's go win the Sprinter Stakes. Good. And then 6 turns until we're done. And I don't think we need to buy another lesson. That's the DAVI that I want, but it's such an uninspiring training. We're at 17 now. I actually need to buy 2 more songs. So I guess we'll take the DAVI. I need to see Wit after this, though. Or, like, slow metabolism or some other energy recovery. We also still haven't finished Fine Motion's chain or Tachyon's chain. Can go Wit 12 because we have a lot of CO. There's time for both of them to finish. I'm not that worried about it. 30 energy is really good right now. More friendship training effectiveness. That puts us at 18 songs. So now technically we're done buying, but I'm still going to try and fish the rest of them out of the pool. We can go Power Wit. We can go Gut Skill Points. 30 energy is kind of interesting to think about, but if there's a Wit training this turn, I don't need it. Yeah, you can buy 30 energy here. And then we'll just see what currency we get for that. CB2. I don't really care if we finish CB's chain, though, honestly. Single rainbow versus single rainbow and light hello, and it manages energy. Song choice doesn't matter for a mile CM on a pace chaser. Skill points 12 versus wit skill points 6. I don't care that much about wit. Let's try and get a little bit of skill points going. Support chain, support chain, support chain. Hey, this one really doesn't matter, so just buy a lesson and get it out of here. And then just keep taking good trainings to build currency. We can go single rainbow speed, get extra skill points out of the director. We can go single rainbow speed, keep working on our power. And then I'd like to take wit here on the last turn, probably. If we're up for that. We're not up for that? Oh, that's not even that good of a speed training either. We might be trying to fish for energy in the shop here, honestly. So let's go 12-12. Let's go Stam Wit. I'll go Speed 12, just to keep the lessons moving. Speed skill points, because I don't care about either song. Skill Hunter Late Surger? Not really, but this PA lets me buy stamina, so I guess we will take it, and we'll just try and hit Wit trainings in the finals. It was either that or rest that turn, and I think I'd rather just try and gamble on seeing a Wit training or two in the finals, honestly. Skill Hunter Miles, kind of interesting to think about. That is what we do. And then Stam skill points is probably target here. Okay. We didn't finish Tachyon's Chain or Fine Motion's Chain, so this run is like not the run. But I'm more comfortable with the deck, I think. I need a few more things to go right during the run itself. This is a rest. Because we can't fish for energy in the shop. We don't have enough currency. I also think that might be the first rest we took all run. Which is kind of crazy. Because we only hit slow metabolism once. Hey, the deck feels fine. It's just a case of, like, do you want to high roll on your stats, or do you want to high roll on your skills? Because even if we had finished Tachyon's Chain, and even if we had finished Fine Motion's Chain, we still only have, like, one acceleration skill. We only have Budding Blossom. And, like, fine, it's 4 lengths against somebody who doesn't accelerate at all, but we don't need to beat people who don't accelerate at all. We need to beat people with, like, 0.8 to 1.0 worth of acceleration. So we need to find extra stuff. Because I definitely don't think that building a runner that just has a mountain of mid-race velocity and capped speed, but then doesn't accelerate in late race is a winning strategy for a CM. We just need to be able to hit head-on from somewhere, straight descent from somewhere, nimble navigator from somewhere, and then we're looking a lot better. But as it stands, this one is not going to do it. It's just a mountain of stats with no actual acceleration. How's skill point budget looking is the biggest thing I'm interested in, because those skill point gain songs came online a little late. We're still at 3081. It's actually fine. So you can buy you because you actually just clear the shop. And then I can go Power Wit. I can go Speed 12. 3 Pace Chaser Ins for 30 DA, please. Oh. Sad face. Alright, so this is a parent Nishino. We'll go Racing Spirit Stam. What did my Stam wind up at? 615. If this was an ace and we were buying Racing Spirit Stamina, I'd probably be buying Corner Recovery just to make sure that I could survive it. Leap Forward, I think, is a little dubious. I know we're running, like, the Ryan to hit acceleration from 6th, but I really don't plan on being back there, so I don't really want to spend skill points on it. We'll go See You Later, Slipstream, Tail Held High, Pace Savvy. Oh, she has Determined Descent baked in. I'm stupid. I don't have to be looking for Straight Descent at all. It's her potential skill. God, always remember to check what your runners do before you start a run. You've probably been yelling at the screen the entire time about that, haven't you? Okay, yeah, so we actually, like, don't need to hit a lot of accelerations at all. I'm basically just looking for, like, head-on or nimble nav, and then I think we have enough. I'll go Focus, Beeline Burst, Corner Wreck, and then we have so many good greens. Fall, Summer, Wet, Firm, Standard, Right. Then what else can I grab? Up-tempo? Yeah, sure. I mean, Nishino can't run mediums, but her unique works on some medium tracks. So we might as well. We didn't win a ton of parent-level G1s, but we'll see if it's any good. It's not any good. Okay. I'm not going to re-roll that. We didn't run enough races for that to really be in contention for a good parent run, but I think that is an okay proof of concept. We definitely need to hit Unstoppable, and we definitely need to hit Speedstar. Those are fairly important to making this work overall. I also think I can lean a little more heavily into Wit, and try and get Wit closer to like 1100 or 1200 or so. I guess the question is, where's the power going to come from? Because power does seem kind of low at only 1087. Maybe we just expect to see like triple rainbow speed trainings and that kind of carries it. Because we saw a lot of good speed trainings. We didn't see a single triple rainbow speed training for that whole run. But I think I should have time to do one. I'm not positive, but I think I'll have time to do one. We'll see if I can actually get this deck to connect and finish all of its chains, and then maybe get like one more consistent acceleration skill, because it is possible for Straight Descent to just whiff. There's no guarantee that it works. It can just completely fail. But I think we need to run that back regardless. Either way, let's hop into team trials. I need to go very fast here, because I am a little overdue for a social function. So we're not going to do like CM lobbies today, but we'll do some of them tomorrow. And then also, if you didn't see the community post, I am going to be gone Monday and Tuesday. I mean, technically I'll be back Tuesday, but I'll be back Tuesday fairly late, and I'm not really going to want to do a recording when I get back. So Monday and Tuesday are going to be pre-recorded. They're going to be us trying to high roll our last couple aces. Building a replacement air groove for Seeking the Pearl, if we can manage to manifest one. And then also trying to just build a better Nishino that looks serviceable in the first place. And then we will be into Libra lobbies, I think starting Wednesday is when they open. Maybe Thursday. I'll have to double check. But we've got a little bit of time to try and polish our remaining two aces, and in the event that the other two just like never really come together, I think we have a Grass Wonder that can win on a good day, and possibly even on an okay day. I think that run really, really came together. We'll go round 4. I'm not sure if a 1 million score exists in this Team Trials roster right now, but I think as soon as we get rid of the 5 independent training runners, we can absolutely hit it. So that'll probably be next week, like mid to late next week is when we can start fishing for the title that you get for scoring 1 million points in TT. And then we also might be able to increase our rating a little bit and get some extra carrots out of that. Head over to our daily race, keep working on Suzuka. I think we're down to 5 days now. Yeah. So we're going to get Suzuka just in time. You're at 2200. Put Grass Wonder on it. We're going to get Suzuka just in time to be rebuilding our Team Trials runners, which will be nice. Because we could stick her on to Sprint, stick her on to... Oh, you're medium B. Never mind, you're fine. We could stick around to Sprint, we could stick around to Mile, might even be able to stick around to Medium, although she doesn't have an innate recovery as a gold. So I'd like to keep her to shorter distances if possible. And then we can just put Nishino on this. You are built to run miles. Daily Shop has Swimsuit Special Week, Swimsuit Marzensky. Nobody, a ton of Ryan star pieces, but nobody else knew. Yeah. And no new banners, so we're not spending a ton today. And then we'll also go and check up on our club. We'll do our bingo spins, and then that'll be all I've got for you. Get our 20 club points for the day. Get our event missions for the day. Still waiting on completing a few more career playthroughs and team trials, and I do need to do the Tenno Show Spring at some point, but we'll probably get to that when we start reworking our team trials runners. Nobody who's going to be playing in Libra is going to be running the Spring Tenno, that's for sure. So that's pity. This will be the last 2 spots. And then we can put 1 spin into a new card. And there you go. Well, I'm away. I will set up an independent training, but for now, I gotta take off. If you're enjoying the Uma series, do make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Those are metrics that I do use on my end to keep an eye on what people enjoy watching and what they want to see next. If you had any questions, comments, feedback on today's run, you had questions about your own CM prep, drop down in the comments and let me know. I will say that you guys have been really engaged with Libra planning so far. I think I've gotten a couple good suggestions from what you guys have been saying in the comments, and I think there have been a couple good questions about Libra prep that hopefully I've answered through doing videos. So that's been great, and if there's anything else on your mind, don't hesitate to drop in there and let me know. There are a lot of people who are very knowledgeable in this community besides just me who might have some feedback as well. And then if you're looking for a fine motion borrow for your own Pace Chaser Ace runs, or you're looking to do your own independent training like spark looping setups, here's the account information for you. Always appreciated when you borrow from the channel, but never a requirement if you've got friends, colleagues, coworkers, clubmates, etc. who you want to funnel currency to instead. Till then, though, we'll see you guys next time. Take care, and enjoy the rest of your day.